Nikola Tesla thought it was a machine, so did Christopher Dunn. Tesla had a hunch the Great Pyramid was somehow used as a device for harnessing natural earth energy, maybe even seismic power. It could have been something closer to a planetary capacitor than a royal mausoleum. And now this discovery might be the first evidence. There is a blueprint buried under sand that looks like a coordinated system of shafts, chambers, and spirals, as if built to conduct something, unless it's just a circular staircase leading to the Hall of Records. These scientists are making waves and think they have uncovered the very thing that Tesla suspected the pyramid was hiding. At least they have found the outline of it. They still need to dig, but good luck getting permission. Everything beyond Malanga's dead was via satellite technology, so they didn't have to get permission to scan the pyramids. Even after this discovery hit international headlines, Egypt denied everything. The official story is the same. The pyramids were tombs built around 2500 BC with ramps, pulleys, and sweat. No magic, no machines, nothing to see here. If there is, they are going to be the ones to find it, not some questionable Italian scientist who didn't even go in person. This discovery, though not officially recognized, has sparked a firestorm of debate. Proponents of the finding argue it is as legitimate as any discovery has ever been, using the latest technology to peer beneath the Giza Plateau. And the Kafir project team behind it is desperate to start digging, but they will most definitely be denied permission. They want to know if whatever is under the pyramids is part of a lost civilization's advanced technology, something belonging to a pre-flood civilization. How old could it be, do you think? The world wants answers, but Egypt's Antiquities Authority has been extremely careful when it comes to anything that smells like alternative history, and so no digging will take place. Not for the foreseeable future at least, maybe in a few decades. Until then, what's beneath Giza remains a tantalizing secret. Let me know what you think is hiding under the pyramids in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts. Did Noah have power tools? Six Flags, Disney World, Universal Studios. These places might be fun for the whole family, but they've got nothing on the Ark Encounter theme park in Williamstown, Kentucky. It opened in 2016 and features an exact life-sized replica of the Ark. Seriously, there's a life-sized Ark built by creationist Ken Ham, the man who recently defended his Ark Encounter theme park in a series of bold blog posts and public statements. Ken Ham said that Noah may have possessed tools and technologies more sophisticated than what humans have today. The argument central to Ham's young, Earth creationist worldview hinges on biblical literalism and a complete rethinking of human history, evolution, and definitely archaeology. While scientists have clearly dismissed him, others wonder if he could be right or at least ask the question, what tools did Noah have? How did he know how to build the ark? Based on the biblical account and historical evidence of ancient technologies available during that time, Noah would have had access to advanced woodworking and construction tools as well as materials for waterproofing. While the Bible doesn't specify the tools, the technology available in the region of ancient Mesopotamia and the surrounding areas, the likely setting for the story, was pretty sophisticated. There were cutting tools, chisels, mallets, and manual drills. Levers, pulleys, and ramps would have been essential. And the Bible mentions gopher wood and pitch. In ancient Mesopotamia, bitumen, which is a naturally occurring asphalt or tar, was widely used as a sealant and adhesive. This was commonly used thousands of years ago to waterproof boats and even cement bricks together in city walls. Ham is going way beyond that technology. In Ken's view, ancient humans like Noah weren't primitive in the slightest. They were brilliant, possibly even more intelligent than modern people. Why were they so much smarter than us? Ken says it's because they were closer to the perfect creation of Adam and Eve. Also, because they were unburdened by millennia of genetic mutations. He basically thinks we're kind of inbred now. Where he kind of loses everyone is that he says ancient people had power tools and more advanced technology than even today. People just got dumber. He also believes God created dinosaurs 6,000 years ago. So make of that what you will. Ken and other creationists believe that God created everything 6,000 years ago, from the moon to the stars to the T-Rex. In their worldview, the pre-flood world was short-lived. Adam and Eve had some children. The goat herders invented power tools right away, and God sent the flood to wipe them all out shortly after that. Tools lost to the flood. When asked why he didn't build his replica ark using ancient tools, Ham's response was simple. He said that he doesn't know what tools Noah had and the Bible doesn't specify. I mean, it's true it's not quite a manual, but it does kind of specify. He then pointed to Genesis 4:22, which references early metalwork. Ken says that one biblical passage is evidence that pre-flood humans were crafting with bronze and iron just a few generations after Eden. From there, Ham took his idea and ran with it. With centuries of accumulated knowledge, long lifespans, and God-given intelligence, ancient people built cranes, harnessed advanced metallurgy, and engineered machines that we no longer understand. In other words, God zapped knowledge directly into early human brains, allowing them to speedrun the Industrial Revolution, which allowed them to build a boat that would make the biggest Carnival cruise ship look like a paper boat thing. You know what I mean. So, I guess Noah might have had construction equipment that would have put modern contractors to shame. And if it's all been lost to a global flood, there is no surviving record to contradict the claim. Nobody can prove or disprove Ken's flood theory. I mean, scientists can prove beyond any shadow of any doubt that dinosaurs were not alive 6,000 years ago, but that's a whole different story. Ken's argument fits into the larger young Earth creationist model that compresses all of human history and the entire fossil record into just the last 6,000 years. In this view, Neanderthals weren't pre-human ancestors. They were post-flood humans, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and other archaic species that scientists tell us lived many millions of years ago. According to Ken, weren't evolutionary stepping stones at all. They were simply different populations of fully human descendants of Noah, and their intelligence may have exceeded our own. Ken points to pyramids, ziggurats, and out-of-place artifacts as proof that early civilizations were not primitive. In fact, Ken's whole idea is that human civilization was never primitive. All those hairy Homo erectus were apparently math geniuses and could build the Taj Mahal over a weekend like the Amish with a barn. As for the plethora of ancient artifacts that date past 6,000 years, well, creationism isn't for everyone. The archaeological counterpoint. While researchers agree that ancient civilizations were intellectually capable, after all, they developed writing, urban planning, and monumental architecture, there is little evidence of pre-industrial technologies that rival modern engineering. But there isn't zero evidence. If you've been watching the channel, you've probably seen me cover some very suspicious places like rock walls in Hawaii, Texas, and Siberia that were clearly carved tens of thousands of years ago. There are lots of examples of potential high technology employed by ancient people, and some of it dates back way past 6,000 years. What about Göbekli Tepe? Confirmed to be almost 12,000 years old and the first known human-built temple. Ultimately, the disagreement here isn't about whether Noah used a crane. It's about time, evidence, and how scientists interpret the past. Ken Ham argues from faith and scripture, imagining a pre-flood world wiped so clean that even its greatest achievements were erased. Archaeologists argue from data pointing to what has been found, not what might have been lost. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. While critics often mock Ken's use of steel bolts and modern cranes to build his ark, he doesn't care. In his mind,